I'm back, but this time I'm not gonna promise that I'll be posting consistently. I really just wanted to pop in and chat for a little bit. I'm going through it today, and honestly it feels like I've been going through it for the last 5 years, and that's so frustrating, so ghetto. But I will say that generally things have been a lot better in the last 5 months. I just find myself really lonely, and I wanted to make this video in this particular moment while I'm still feeling this way because, I mean, I don't know if you've heard, but loneliness is an epidemic in the world at the moment. And I'd like this video to serve a few different purposes. One, I want to validate everyone that is taking the steps to enjoy their own company and to prioritize relationships that aren't of a romantic nature, that it's okay to still want someone, and it's okay to still long to have a person to call yours, or someone that's like almost obligated to listen to your whimsical ranting, and to offer safety and comfort on the days that are really, really difficult. And excuse me for being emotional while talking about this. It's a difficult topic to talk about, period, but also it's a difficult conversation to have when I'm in the depth of feeling these things. Why am I choosing to make the video right now, you may ask? Because I think it's important, and also I need the pep talk that I'm about to give you, and so I'm thinking maybe it's mutually beneficial, hopefully. Anyway, two, I want it to be a reminder to everyone that is really trying to become a better version of themselves, that the time that you spend with yourself is the most valuable, and you have to give yourself an opportunity to learn who you are without the influence of other people. And when you allow yourself to explore who you are, and when you cherish the time that you spend by yourself, you give yourself the opportunity to really meet you and find out who you are, and learn about the things that truly bring you joy, and find out how you laugh when no one's watching, and find out how you live when no one's watching, and explore what is truly important to you when you're only worried about your joy and your happiness. And while that is possible in a relationship, I think that a lot of us hop from insecure attachment to insecure attachment and don't necessarily give ourselves the time to really learn how to love who we are as a person and find value in who we are and how we are. And that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned in the last 11 months of being single. Like, even though it's hard, I remind myself of those two things, and it makes it so much easier to get through the day, especially on the days like today where my friends that live in the building are out of town. And I just had an amazing day with another friend at Knott's Berry Farm, but I wish I had someone to call to tell about it. But also I know with how deeply I love and how deeply I care about people, I cannot allow myself to accept the love of anyone because I am fearful of not being loved at all. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I am loved by so many people, and while it may not be romantic in nature, and while I really wish I could get a hug that felt like home, I know I have to take the time to get to love myself in a way that no one has ever loved me before, so that I can experience a love that I've never experienced before. And I'm happy to report that, 11 months in, it's working. I love myself so much. So much to the point where I think this is the longest amount of time where I haven't even considered unsubscribing from life, if you know what I mean. And personally, that's evidence enough for me. But then also, I've noticed that I've fallen in love with how I love people and how I care about people, to the point where I want to protect it with everything that I have, and I don't want to give my love to someone that won't cherish it, because I'm so scared of not being able to love in the wholehearted manner that I do. Like, I want to be able to pour my love into someone without fear, and that is probably one of my most favorite qualities about myself. And honestly, I love this little life that I've been building for myself. Think I like this little life. Like, I wake up in the morning and I go to the flower market, and then I make bouquets for the people that I care about, and I write them love letters, and I'm a content creator. I get paid to make videos now, which is crazy. I mean, not on YouTube. Maybe if I am consistent, maybe that could be like the motivation for me to be consistent on YouTube. But honestly, I love the videos that I make on YouTube, and I don't want to make it work per se. But I mean, maybe if I could get like sponsorships or something, that would be cool. But yeah, and then the comments that you guys leave and the DMs that you guys send me, letting me know that like something that I said or video I made was useful to you. I love that. I want to find out the kind of person that I become when I keep pouring into myself, and I work as hard for myself as I do for all the people that I love and care about. And I'm also really excited to find out what kind of person falls in love with that version of myself, because I'm sure it's going to be a love I've never experienced before, because I have never experienced this much love for myself before, to the point where like I'm so not easily impressed, and I won't even waste my time going on dates with people that I don't genuinely find interesting, because I'm not scared of being alone. I mean, like, yes, it's sad. It sucks to be alone. I'm sad about being alone right now, but I'm not scared of it because I know that it's good work. And the time that I'm spending getting to know myself is so beautiful and so romantic. And I have already seen the fruits of my labor, because I look in the mirror and I like the person that's staring back. Or sometimes I'll like record myself while I'm doing or putting together bouquets, and I look so happy. And I feel so happy when I'm doing it, but it's different, because I have like this picture that my ex took of me, and I was like, whoa, like I'm looking at him with like so much adoration in my eyes. And like that same look is like the same look I have on my face, like when I'm making videos, or I mean, obviously not right now because I'm crying, but when I'm cooking, or when I'm making bouquets, or like taking care of my plants. And I want to see more of that for me. And I really just wanted to share this moment, because even just talking through it, like I already feel better. So thank you. If you made it this long into the video, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for listening to me, and I'm sorry that I was emotional. I am also not going to edit it out because I think that it's important. I am not going to leave in parts where it's visible that I'm crying, though. Mainly because, you know, I'm not really trying to make it like an overly dramatic video. I'm just having like a little bit of a meltdown, but also like I have the words to describe this thing or this feeling that I've been feeling for so long. And also I just want everyone to know that it's okay to be on your journey and still be struggling. Like, you're on the right path, and it's not supposed to be easy all the time. And good work isn't always easy, but to become the kind of person that you want to be, to become the kind of person that you're meant to be, you have to do the things that you know you're meant to be doing, even when they're hard. And stick to your guns, and just know that romantic relationships aren't the only ones that matter in this life. There's so many amazing people in my life that have shown me time and time again that I am someone worth loving and worth caring for. And I think that's something to feel really grateful for. And although sometimes it's hard to remember that you're well loved, if you take a moment and allow the people in your life to take care of you, allow them to love you, and allow them to know what's going on. And when you're struggling, You'd be surprised at how many times they show up for you and how many times they'll show up without you even having to ask. All that to say, it's okay to be lonely and still want to be alone. And even though it's difficult, taking the time to really get to know yourself and love who you are is such a huge part of your destiny or your job here on earth. And so we all ought to be, making time for that, regardless of whether or not you're in a romantic relationship. But if you're single right now, it's a great time to just take a step back and figure out what is so lovable about you. It's a long list. Sometimes it's hard to put pen to paper though. You figure it out. That's why you keep all the people who love you around, you keep them close, so that when you lose yourself, they will remind you who you are and remind you why you're so lovable. I hope that this was helpful in some way. I personally feel better for making this video, so thank you again. I appreciate you. Have the best day, and remember, you're loved. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.